Shalom. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah Brakatah to the brothers. Shalom. Shamar Thabah Shem Yahweh Shah to the sisters. We're the I.S.U.P.K. start on 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding GEN.YAHANNA, right? And we're not affiliated with any other Israel so-called fake Hebrew Israelite groups. We don't associate with the Christian church. We don't even associate with America. We just are here in captivity. And what separates us from America is the fact that we don't celebrate America's holidays. We don't go pop off fireworks on this upcoming July 4th, right? Because we know that our God, the God of the Israelites, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, told his people to do something totally different. He gave them a culture. He gave them a set of holidays to go celebrate. He ain't go tell them to go believe in whatever heathenistic culture that they are under, to go follow those things. When you go do those things, it kind of makes you a weak man. When you bend your back for another nation, you look weak. When you believe that you should go vote for the lesser evil, you look like a weak man and you're not able to lead. And the Most High is not with you. The Most High is with the I.S.U.P.K. Because we're the ones on those corners speaking against the evil. We're the ones on those corners speaking against the brothers and sisters that are in power, that are telling you to go vote, that are telling you to believe in America's holidays or ideals. We're the only one that's speaking against America, right? And the atrocities that they commit to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, right? And it's high time to wake the hell up, man. High time. Can you give me Romans 13 and 11? It's about time, Blacks, Hispanics, wake the hell up and get a little angry. It's okay to be the stereotypical mad black man. We need those again. We need aggressive black men back. Because we see what happened when you bring the subtle, soft, what is it called? Gentle black man. He gets ran over. He gets shot in his back. He gets fired at the job. He gets taken advantage of. He signs 360 deals. He goes to Diddy parties. He gets swallowed up by TDJs. What we need strong black, Hispanic, and black men in our communities. We need them back. And the only place you'll find them, the only place that's mass producing them is the I.S.U.P.K. under commanding GEN.YAHANNA. This is the only place you will find a strong black man under Christ, man. Following this Bible. He won't wear a skirt like your Muslim imams. He won't tell you the LGBTQ was cool or it's okay, or he'll just say it's none of my business. That is what a weak man does. A strong man is going to wake up. He's going to realize what's being brought upon his people, man. He's going to realize that his people is under attack. His house is under attack, man. The Bible says, how can you spoil a strong man's house unless you bond him? This is what America is trying to do to us. And this is why a black man should be upset, angry, mad. Read that for me, sir.
This is the book of Romans, the 13th, verse 11. And then, knowing the time.
It says, and knowing the time. If you are in 2024 right now, as a black or Hispanic man, and you don't know what the hell is going on in America, you might as well be living under a rock. You might as well be living under a rock. You don't know all these traps. You don't know that the reason why it's called a trap. You don't know why they putting drugs in our community. You don't know why LGBTQ plus is being pushed on our kids already in 2024. We ain't tired of seeing the police shootings. It says high time to be awake. You should have been mad. Read, sir.
That now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
It says it is high time to wake the hell up, man. Because our people need superheroes. Our people need a black Superman. That's what they need. They need a black Superman a black Spider-Man, to come save them from the ghettos. To come save them because mama's on dope. The Salakia, to come save them because Uncle Ray Ray keep trying to touch the kids. They need somebody that's going to stand up for them. Who's going to stand up for the kids in the barrios and the ghettos? Only people I see speaking up against all the atrocities that's happened to our people is men in the I.S.U.P.K. Men that I seen come in here dressed in all black. Those are the only types of men I seen standing for the kids and the babies in the ghettos, man. Because guess what? They were mad. They were mad at the condition they were sitting in. So you know what they did? Let me put this blunt down. Let me go save somebody's life instead of thinking about my own. Let me go stop getting high. Let me go stop watching this pornography. Because it's work to do outside. My people need help. And I ain't worried about just what I want to feel. I want to go save my people. I want to go make a difference. I already got some, sir. I want to go make a difference in my community. We already tried the civil rights. That ain't work. We already tried marching. That ain't work. We already tried the Black Panther. That ain't work. Something that's been working since 1969, been changing men. Changing men's lives, man. Saving families, saving babies, man. Your Christian church ain't been doing nothing but murdering and molesting children. Your Muslim mosque ain't been doing nothing but selling drugs. All of it's a damn lie. It said it's high time to wake the hell up, man. As a black man, you should be shook at the condition at our people, man.
Right.
You should be, your reins, your hands should be shaking every time you walk outside in Philadelphia, man, and see the state of how many black men and women and children are on drugs outside. How many babies? I seen a sister the other day lighting up a crack. I thought crack was dead. She had a stroller in one hand and crack, trying to light up a crack pipe in the other. I thought that was something you only see in movies like Paid in Full or Menace to Society. I thought I would have never grown up to see that in real life, but I'm seeing it in 2024. What's changed for us? We tried all of the other ways. The only ways we see progression is in the I.S.U.P.K. Read that for me from the top, sir, please.
This is the book of Romans, the 13th and verse 11. And then, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
Man, it is high time to wake the hell up out of sleep. Our people need us, man. And if you won't be on here arguing about something that's so stupid and minuscule, you might as well just get the hell off. Because it means nothing. People need us. People need black men to go save them households. People need our leadership. And you want to debate about something that don't even matter. You're debating something that don't even matter, man. Brothers will come up to me when I got my shield on and debate me on numbers. It's a 7 day. What the hell does that mean? What does it mean? Who cares? Who cares when our people are getting killed by the hundreds, man, by the thousands? Our babies are being aborted by the millions a year. Why does it matter? Your 7 day doesn't save blacks and Hispanics. And neither does your Muslim God. Your Muslim God actually imports heroin off of Fort Bragg. And it's in the news. But I guarantee you ain't know that. Why you wearing your hijab and your kufi. Man, it's time to wake up, man. These nations are all against you. It ain't just Esau. It's the Arabs, the Africans, Moab. All of them are against you. They are circling in, man. All of it's a trap. Can I get Matthew 5:3? Man, all of it's a trap, man. Only place you'll find sanctuary, only place you'll find a relief is in the I.S.U.P.K, man. The only place you'll find somewhere where black and Hispanic men are here to protect you, give you leadership, and lawful and righteous leadership at that, is the I.S.U.P.K. under Commanding General Yahanna, man.
Right.
Read that what you got to say.
This is the book of Matthew, 5, verse 3. Blessed are the poor in spirit.
Right? This is blessed are the poor in spirit. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. I know you feel like you can't make it in America. You feel like the goalposts keep moving further and further. Every time you think you climbing that ladder of financial freedom, but as soon as you get there, inflation happens. And guess what? A house is $400,000, $500,000, $500,000 just for a single family home. I know it feels like you ain't never going to be worth anything. But it says, blessed are the poor in spirit. Go ahead, sir.
For theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
That kingdom of heaven that the Christians keep talking about, that kingdom of heaven that Esau keep talking about, that's yours. And they won't be in it. They will not be involved in it. Actually, I take that back. They will be involved in it. They'll be in chains, man. They'll be on your fields. They'll be on your vineyards. They'll be on your farms, in your house doing your maid work, man. That's what they are. The kingdom of heaven isn't meant for them. It's meant for the lowest of the low right now. Who else is that? What nation of people is that? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. What you thought it was, the so-called Israelis over in the Middle East? You thought it was, they living in heaven right now. They own. I just came from the over 5th Street, and they had jewelers. What do you call them? Dealers. They call them jewel dealers, right? They deal the diamonds to different jewelry stores. They already removed me. I didn't even say that. They always talking some nonsense on there. Anyway, the Jewish man got all types of money. They over there the dealers for the diamonds, not the jewelers. They not making the jewelry. They bring it in raw. They the supplier, raw and uncut. How else are they doing that without money? You can't even get into the jewelry industry without a Jewish man say so. You didn't. I talked this. I got all this info from a Moabite, a Chinese man. He owned his own jewelry store. He said it how it was. He said, "Man, it's gonna be hard for you as a black man if you want to ever get into the jewelry game, because it's ran by all Jewish people. And to get to them upper levels, you gotta talk they talk. So other nations know what's going on in America. It's only blacks and Hispanics. They got us so fed into the Kool-Aid, we done forgot what the hell this place was. Our slavery, our captivity.
Right.
Man, this that blessed out of the poor in spirit. That blessed Israel, man. Your kingdom is coming. Your kingdom is coming, man. And these oppressors, they're going to be under your boot. I know it's hard for you to believe. I know it sounds like it's something that's never going to happen, but it's coming, man. They're going to be under your boot. They're going to be in your vineyards. They're going to be picking your fruit, man, to the Israelites. They're going to be picking your oranges. They're going to be picking your grapes. They're going to be celebrating your holidays. They're going to remember the atrocities that happened to you. They try to remove our history, the atrocities that happened to us. They're going to forget what happened in the Holocaust. They're going to forget that, man. Because the Most High is going to bring a greater destruction.
Right.
That's going to seem like light. What Hitler caused is going to seem like light work. It's going to seem like light work for what the Most High brings to them. Let me get Isaiah 2 and 4.
Yeah.
Right? Because the Most High is going to come to judge these people for what they did. I don't know how to appeal these things. I don't care. I'm going to let it rock. You know how to do it? The Most High is going to come and judge these people for what they did to you. They had no choice but to. Salakia, he has to for the atrocities that has been happening to you. Not only did they just put you in chains back in the day, they got you in chains right now. They got the school, the prison system. They got all types of crap set up for you to just get high They got it. Let me tell you how slick they are. They got it to where they run the music industry, right? They're all your labels and all that. What does the music industry put out? Drugs, gun violence, gang banging, all types of nonsense. And then they got what? The prison systems. Who owns that? They own the prison systems. So you come out of school thinking that your celebrities that you look up to, they're people that you want to be like. So what do you do in real life? When your celebrity says you need to go shoot somebody, you need to sell this much drugs, you go and do those things. And what happened? You go to prison for it. You go to their prison. And now what? You're in chains all over again. Working for who? Esau, your oppressor. This is how evil Esau is. But he wants to tell you to believe in America. He want to tell you that America, there's an American dream that blacks and Hispanics can achieve. But what they don't tell you is the American dream is oppressing blacks and Hispanics. Right. The American dream is you can set up shop in these hoods and make millions of dollars off of these Negroes, man. You can make millions of dollars and earn a good living off of selling crack or whatever product you sell to these Negroes. You're the selling point to these nations. Your blood, sweat, and tears is the selling point to these heathen nations. What makes America great is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Your blood is what pumps this nation. You're like the heartbeat for this nation. Don't let Esau put you down or nothing. You're literally the heart that pumps for this nation. Which is why they would never let Negroes go. They wouldn't let y'all go. Let us go. They need us. Who do you think is going to be in the workforce? Because as soon as Esau get in the workforce, he complaining. He complaining why he got to work so hard. If he not making enough money, you know what Esau does? Just think of the 20s. He started jumping off of, what's the tallest building in New York? Empire State Building. The Great Depression. You know what they was doing? White men were jumping out of the Empire State Building because he wasn't as rich as he was. He was brought to a low state like the Negro. So you know what he does? He kills himself. Which should show you something about the black Hispanics, that we are very great people, that we can be in such a low state, sustain ourselves in such a low state, thrive in that low state to where other nations want to emulate it. You want to know another funny fact? B-boy, breakdancing. That was considered back in, what was that, the 80s, late 70s? They was looking at that like that was, what is this ghetto nonsense? The graffiti work was nonsense. It was like ghetto. It was like, you want to be like, it was looked down upon. Just think about how the mumble rap, they look at mumble rap nowadays. It's the same way. And you know what they got now? You know, in the Olympics, you could be a b-boy dancer now in the Olympics. You know, graffiti is considered a certain type of art style now. Like a great, like they sell millions of dollars worth of graffiti. But when Negroes created it, it was looked down upon like, this is the most ghetto and disgusting thing ever. Get this graffiti off of my train. Get this off of my property. Now they selling them things for millions of dollars. You see how the devil work? But that's when you were in a low state. Hip hop came up. New York was destroyed. New York was in shambles during that time period. This is why the Most High needs to come and destroy these people. Let me get that scripture you got to say.
This is from Isaiah, chapter 2, verse 4. And he shall judge among the nations.
He shall judge among the nations, man. Most High has sent his judgment already. It's written, sent, and sealed, man. These nations are going to get what they deserve. They're going to get their destruction. Keep going.
And shall rebuke many people.
And he's going to rebuke many people, man. A lot of these people out on this earth is going to look bad. Go ahead.
And they shall beat their swords into plowshares.
They're going to beat their swords into plowshares, meaning those what's a good weapon of today? Those AKs. Another one. What's another one? M16s. A plowshare is something you use for farming. So those weapons that you use to kill people, they're going to be using it to farm. Like let's say, I think a plowshare is made from bringing in wheat. So they're going to use those things for different type of farming tools, right? Keep going.
And their spears into pruning hooks.
And their spears into pruning hooks. This is another farming tool. Keep going.
Nation shall not lift up sword against nation.
So that means it's going to be no more war on this earth. After God sends his judgment, which is destruction, which is a big war, World War III. After the Most High sends his destruction, these things are going to happen on the earth. These weapons of mass destruction, these weapons that were made for warfare, are going to be turned into farming material, farming tools, Salakia. That's when a black man is ruling the earth. You see what happens when Esau is ruling the earth. It's like the polar opposite. Esau rules the earth. These things are meant to kill, destroy the earth. He makes nuclear weapons and destroys the atmosphere. In turn, which what? Destroys the air, destroys the plants, destroys the animals. You get in power. You turn those weapons of warfare into something beautiful. You turn them into something to rebuild the earth, to feed the earth, to make something grow, to feed people. He starves people. You don't see the difference between you and him? You're meant to be something great on this earth. So when they tell you gotta be you don't look clean cut because you ain't here, you don't look the part, it's because you're not meant to look like him. He's evil, he's disgusting. He don't even believe in wearing a washcloth. You're totally different than him. You're totally better than him, which is why he has you in such a low state, which is why he won't lift his boot off of your neck. Because he knows what's going to happen. He knows where his rightful place is. His rightful place isn't somewhere high, man. His rightful place isn't to rule the earth. His rightful place is to be under your boot, man. His rightful place is to be in them fields under a black man. And he knows it. He knows he isn't fit to rule this earth. He is not fit to rule this earth at all, man. Which is why he's over here warring with himself. He's about to go to World War III. He's trying to fight it so bad, too. Joe Biden's trying to fight the World War III so bad. But he can't. He doesn't even realize this is something that he can't control. He done exalted himself so high that he think he God. He must have forgot who put him here. He forgot that there was a power that put him in power. He think he can control his own destiny. And he sorely messed up. Them nuclear subs is on Cuba, man. They in the seas of Cuba. They coming, man. This war is coming, and Esau can't hide from it anymore. And he knows it. He knows it. He been knew it, which is why you want to know how he know he lies to you? You ever heard of the space program? Not the space program. What is it? Space Force. What do you think the Space Force was for? Who do you think he was trying to fight in space? I hope you ain't think Independence Day was a real. Well, it's a real. But where do you think he got those ideas from? That there was something out there. He got it from your Bible. He knew there was a day he was going to have to fall. So he tried his hardest to prepare to fight what's coming to him. You know what I'm saying? He knew there was going to be a day he wouldn't be in power no more. So he said, I'm going to try to fight God. You see how the Esau thing? That person, whatever created me, I'm going to try to fight with these bombs. I'm going to try to blow it up. I'm going to try to destroy it. This is why he can't be in power, man. This is why Esau cannot be in power. You see what he does with his power? He tries to fight God. What kind of idiot could you be? Let me get some more of that, sir.
Neither shall they learn war anymore.
So these other nations under Esau, just like we're going to have them under us, now think of how Esau has these other nations. Esau gives weapons to other nations. I can tell you from my experience in the military, that's one of the main objectives when you are deployed. Warfare wasn't fought how World War II, Vietnam War, and World War I was fought. The wars that we've recently been in, like the Cold War and stuff, was through proxy wars. So you know what they did? They gave weapons to different nations to fight each other. So just think of the most recent one was the Middle Eastern War. So they would send special forces out there, right? And they would arm different militias. Think of Osama bin Laden, who was a more recent big character. Way back in like 2010, I think he died. They killed him. Think of they gave him weapons in like the 80s. Was it the 80s or the 90s? Osama bin Laden was a what do you call it? What do they call it? I don't know if he was considered CIA, but he was a part of the U.S. Like we armed him to take over Afghanistan. And then when he decided America wasn't like he didn't want to be with America no more, he went against us. Then we labeled him a terrorist. So that's how America works. So they give a certain group of people in the country weapons, and it causes an uprising. And that's how you flip a country. The same thing they did to Russia, which is what Russia tried to do to America. I don't know if you know this. Black Panthers were sponsored by communists, which is a Russian political party. So they would try to arm. That's what they think about how the Black Panthers and stuff got the money and the weapons. They got it from the Russians. Russia tried it on America, but America succeeded, obviously. So that's what all of that's about. All that espionage and all that Cold War stuff is about using different groups in a country to flip a country. So you would use like in today's world, we would use like when I was in Afghanistan, we used the ANA, which is the Afghan army, to fight against the Taliban, which is Osama bin Laden's group of people, Al-Qaeda, those different groups. So Russia was arming the Taliban while I was over there. America was arming the Afghanistan army. So now that's technically it's Russia and America fighting, but it's fighting through two different people. So this is how I try to break it down with the scripture, because they teach other nations war. Because we're not just arming them, we teach them how to shoot guns, how to fly different choppers, different helicopters, how to fly different jets and stuff. We teach them how to use tanks or BM 120s or something like that, little rocket trucks that shoot rockets. We teach them how to fire mortars. So they're teaching those nations warfare. And it's in the scripture, it says they won't know warfare no more. Meaning what? They're gonna learn how to farm. They're gonna learn how to pick fruit, cotton, and stuff like that. The earth is gonna learn how to regrow itself. While Esau, when he's in charge, he does something totally different. He teaches them how to kill. He teaches them how to destroy. You just think about how that one tribe that was undiscoverable until America got there and they gave them technology. Now that tribe has lost all of its culture. Now they're into pornography and all types of nonsense. That's the touch of Esau right there. That's the devil that the Bible speaks of. That's the devil, man. And when you come into power, you will do something way greater than him. I know America tried to push like he's such a great man in all his movies. He's John Van Jones. He's Nicolas Cage, just saving the whole world. But in reality, it's a black man. The black man will heal the earth. The black man will, man, through the Most High, man. The black man is the superhero in this story. And that's what we need to hear in the hoods, man. We need to hear that a black man is actually a superhero instead of the villain. He's not Shanino Browns. He's not. Right. He's not just the drug dealers. Right. We're not just rappers. We're not just people that gang bang. We don't just play football. We don't just play basketball. We don't just entertain, man. We're more than that. We're a nation of priests and kings, man.
Right.
We're a nation of priests and kings, and we're here to save and lead our people. We ain't here to just entertain another nation. And we need to get that out of our minds, man, that we have put ourselves down such a low level to just be those things, to shuck and jive for some Edomites. Ain't you tired of that? Ain't you tired of hearing in the news story that a new coach said some racist comments? Why are we still acting surprised when we hear a coach is making racist comments or he's referencing his players as some type of slave cattle? They about to make a show on the Clippers coach who did that. I think it's called Clipped. I forget the coach name. But why are we surprised at those things? What made us feel like Esau would have ever changed his mindset? That he thought better of us. He never wants you to think better about yourself. Why would he think better of you? Who you think is putting all the heroin and fentanyl in our communities? Or he's trying to bring crack back? Who you think is doing it? I hope you don't think it's the black man that you live next door to who's struggling to pay his bills. I hope you don't think it's him. Who don't even got life figured out, who's high out of his mind just as well as you. It can't be him. What boats and planes he got? He's in poverty. He's in poverty just like you, and you think he's the enemy. And that's one of the greatest tricks the devil ever did, was convince you that he don't exist. He convinced you that he ain't the devil no more somehow. Was that it on that scripture, sir? Let me get Acts 5:30. He convinced us that the devil is some spook. He convinced us to believe in numbers. He convinced us to believe in all things besides the only thing that's right in front of us. And that's that he's the devil. The Native Americans seen it as soon as they seen his behind. As soon as he came off those shores. The devil, pale man. Go ahead, sir.
This is the book of Acts, 5, and verse 30. The God of our fathers raised up Jesus.
Oh, Salaki, let me slow down. So, before we bring out this scripture, you have to realize that when I keep saying a black man is going to rule this earth, that black man is going to be the most prolific man that you have. Well, everybody knows his name. This is how prolific he is. Everybody knows a person named Jesus, right? Every religion, every culture knows of Jesus. But every culture and every religion don't even know that he's a black man. Won't even acknowledge him as a black. You say he's black, people will look at you like you're crazy.
Right.
People will look at you like, what the hell are you talking about? They'll laugh at you like you just made a joke. That they go so far as to say the black Jesus. No, this is him. He is black, but the black Jesus? What does that mean? He's like me. He's a Negro. Right? So when I'm referencing that, when that black man is in power, this is who I'm talking about. He's our king, man.
Right.
He's going to be the king of this earth. Right? Go ahead, sir. And he has something in common that our ancestors had went through. This is another cut to show you that he was a black man. Because who else went through this? Name another nation of people that went through this. Go ahead, sir.
The God of our fathers raised up Jesus,
right,
whom ye slew and hanged on a tree.
Ooh-wee, don't that sound like the early 1800s, 1700s slavery? Don't that sound like something? Getting hung on a tree. Who else went through that? Blacks and Hispanics. Blacks and Hispanics are the only people that have been going through this. And he's coming back to rule the earth. A black man who was hung on a tree, just like my ancestors, man. So what does that tell the little black boy and the little black girl that's growing up in the ghetto, whose mama's on drugs, daddy's probably not there, or daddy's selling drugs? What does that get them? Oh, okay. I come from a bloodline that's greater than singing a song, dancing, throwing a ball. I come from a bloodline of kings, prophets, prophetess. I come from a bloodline that's the greatest on this earth. So who are those people over there in the Middle East? See, once you start getting the answer to one thing, a whole bunch of questions start popping up in your head.
Right.
Certain things you'll want to figure out. Certain things you'll start asking, like, if I'm supposedly related to Christ, then who the hell are those people with those hats on their head? Who the ones owning Diamond District and running the pornography and the music industry? Who are those people? If my ancestor was a black man with an afro and a woolly beard, he was a dark black man too. If he was my ancestor and he was a part of the tribe of Judah, does that mean I'm Judite? Don't that mean I'm a part of Judah? So that means my ancestor was what? Jesus Christ. Which means what? I share the same blood as him. Which means I'm owed something. I'm owed inheritance on this earth. Because he's my king. And the Bible says, I shall have rulership over this earth.
Right.
Not no damn Edomite. And it says, actually, was that it on that?
You on verse 31?
Khan, go ahead.
Verse 31. Him hath God exalted with his right hand to be a prince and a savior.
The Most High exalted Christ to be a prince and a savior, man. And that is your bloodline. That's your bloodline. You're a king. Keep going.
For to give repentance to Israel and forgiveness of sin.
Your king died to give you repentance and forgiveness for the things that we do, man. Which is that grace Paul was talking about. You're a black man who showed you the only way to live on this earth, died for you. He gave you the best example on how to live on this earth. He went and died for you, right? So you can have some type of chance on this earth. That's what Christ did for black and Hispanics, man. He ain't do it for Jake Paul. He ain't do it for Jake Paul. He ain't do it for Eliante, the jeweler.
Wow.
He did it for the brothers and sisters in those ghettos that's dope being pushed into. He did it for those brothers and sisters that's on the borders in them cages. You know what I'm saying? He did it for those brothers and sisters that's serving life sentences in prison for things they didn't commit or things they've been overcharged for because of who they are. That's who Christ did it for. Right. And this is how the earth is treating God's people. Yasharala. This is how Esau, our oppressor, is treating us. And this is why he has to be put into slavery, man.
Right.
There's no other way. I know right now you're so brainwashed that you just like, I just can't see Master being under me. Just like that sister we seen at camp last week. She just could not understand why Edomite had to kiss our boots. She couldn't stand it so much, she had to stop and she had to scream for the Lord. But you have to realize that has to happen, man. Think of the psychological damage that's happened to us. Think of what's happened to it that we can't even think of seeing an Edomite. Like, it's so bad that when you think of Jesus, you can't even help but think of a white Jesus. Soon as you say Jesus, all they think of is what is that? Dog-haired, straight beard, blue eyes. That's the first thing you think of. You know how I know that's the first thing you think of? Because when I ask you, you say the black Jesus, like he's not already black.
Right. Right.
Why not just say Jesus? If we know he's black, why we got to say the black Jesus then? Because obviously it's a common known, not a real fact, but it's a common known thing that most people think he's white. I mean, we're going to call a spade a spade. Everybody think he's white. That's why we got to say the black Jesus. Because not everybody can fathom the fact that he was a black man. Because we're looked at as such a, like we're looked at like trash. They wouldn't even put black on Jesus. They wouldn't even put that on him because they think it's such a low, I guess aesthetic, or what would you call it? Like a low class thing to be is black. So they wouldn't even put that on us. Was that it on that scripture?
God.
Okay, I'm gonna start. Yeah, we're gonna go to Micah 2:10. You see, they can't even think of Christ as being like something of a high a black man, because they think being black is something that is such a low class. They don't even think of you like as a human being. They protect their dogs better than they'll protect a black man. They'll kill a black man before they ever think about shooting these pit bulls that's been attacking these people. You see those videos of them pit bulls attacking people on the streets and the cop over there hesitant to shoot. But when a black man got his back face to the cop, running, full sprint, he letting go 20 shots. And then he gonna say, I felt scared. While a pit bull is mid at the jugular of somebody's neck, and he's over there hesitant, like he doesn't want to shoot Fido down. But you got your back turned, and you are his first target, man. You are his first target to take down. Go ahead, we got that, sir?
This is the book of Micah, chapter 2, and verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, man, this isn't your rest, man. We shouldn't be celebrating 4th of July. What is this? Next week. We should not be celebrating 4th of July, setting off fireworks, and cooking up no hot dogs and hamburgers, man. Because Christ didn't die for you to do that. He didn't get hung on that tree for you to do that. He died for us to repent, and you're gonna sit here and stay in these heathenistic ways. What is the 4th of July even celebrating? You ever wonder why there's always shootouts on these holidays? Why there's always some type of death happening on these holidays? Because the Most High isn't at them holidays, man. The Most High isn't at the 4th of July cookout. He isn't at your Thanksgiving. He isn't at none of these holidays, man. He won't even smell in those, the solemn assemblies.
What?
It's thanks to the Most High.
Right.
Because you're celebrating your own death. You really want to think about it? 4th of July, you was in chains. 4th of July, you was chained to your sister while she was on her menstrual. And you want to go celebrate it. That's like disrespect to the Most High, and that's disrespect to your ancestors for what they had to go through. They'd rather go jump in shark-infested waters before they come to slavery, and you want to go celebrate 4th of July. What kind of simple-minded person, selfish person you gotta be to not think about nobody but it's a 4th of July deal. Well, it's such a nice day and the family got off, so we might as well come together and grill. Man, you gotta be simple-minded to be thinking like that. You don't think like a man, because that's a weak man. Right. That is such a weak man to think like that, because you don't have no backbone. You don't have enough spine to tell grandma no. You don't have enough spine to tell his old mother no. Because you too scared. You too scared of what people will think. You too scared that people will think you don't like them. Because that's what they're going to make you feel like. Your mama going to feel like you don't like because you don't give her flowers on Mother's Day. or your wife, or your kids are probably not gonna like you no more because you don't do Christmas no more. Get over it. Those are feelings, man. Something that separates you as a man is you don't operate off of your feelings. You don't operate off your feelings, man. This is what this Bible is for. Is to deter you from just operating off of your feelings. Actually, give me where it says, I think I got it right here. Do not operate into your Proverbs 3 and 5. Man, you don't operate off of what you think, man. You operate off your feelings. And this is what the Bible is for. This is what we're about to bring out right now. This is the Bible. It tells you. You think you're the only one that feel the way you feel. You think this is the first time somebody's felt like they needed to celebrate something, or they felt like something was so right. Man, you was a simple-minded person. Ignorant, that's all. But this is why we here to teach the Bible to you. We here to show you that there's things that your pastor probably had never showed you. He told you, your pastor told you, so do you feel like you want to divorce them? Or you feel like you want to leave your wife and kids? Well, you should, if that's the feeling. If that's what your mind is telling you. But the Most High says something different. Pull it when you got it, sir.
This is the book of Proverbs 3, verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart.
Trust into the Lord with all your heart, man. Trust into the Lord so much, man. This is what the I.S.U.P.K does, man. We believe in the Most High. We believe Christ is coming back. This is why we go outside and speak against the America, even in this climate. We speak against Islam, even though the Palestinians are out there protesting violently. When they were talking about us protesting, they put us out like we were terrorists. But the Palestinians do it. It's some type of heroic thing. Right? Keep going.
And lean not unto thy own understanding.
And lean not into your own understanding. Why your Christian pastor ain't tell you this when you was thinking about divorcing your fifth husband? You was over there talking about, well, he just don't make me feel good. And my heart pastor just says he's not the right man. Why he ain't tell you, sister? The Most High said don't lean into your own understanding. Because this your fifth husband. Why he ain't never tell you couldn't leave that man because you chose him? Why he ain't tell you that? Because he ain't fit to lead the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. Christianity ain't fit to lead blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, Israel, right? They ain't fit to lead them because all they doing is leading them to destruction.
Right.
The Bible says don't lean into your own understanding. Get out of your damn feelings. Stop crying so damn. I'm so tired of seeing black men crying in these damn movies, man. So damn emotional.
Right.
Stop leaning to your own understanding. This is what this Bible is for. He made it so easy for us. I had an Ottawa tell me, he said, man, he done gave you the whole playbook. Just run the damn play. He done gave you the shotgun. He done gave you the run plays. He done gave you the tosses, the pitches. He done gave you everything. And you just want to go do your own playbook. Still. Most High done gave you everything you needed to win the game. We just need to start following it. He gave us law, statutes, and commandments. What? For fun? He gave you things to follow. So you can actually have a life in this earth, on this earth. He didn't want you to just be out here living willy-nilly. He didn't want you to eat octopus like Moab.
Right.
He didn't want you, which is why you suffer from these things. You eat a little bit of pork, you get gout. You get something like gout, you gotta get your foot cut off. Moab, you see Moab's diet? He eat dogs, roaches, you don't even see them. You go to the markets down in Korea and stuff like that. They have all types of things on the market. They call that what they call it? It's like a dark market that you can order things. And guess where they coming from? They coming from over there. Because over there is everything is open to eat. Moab will eat. Anything that got legs, he's eating. Anything without legs, he eating. Them snakes, he eating too. And guess what? He ain't suffering from the diseases you suffering from. You the highest thing out. High blood pressure. And some reason you think it's the hot sauce. Granddaddy thinks it's the damn hot sauce and he eat too much damn salt. That's why he got high blood pressure. But Moab, he put all types of hot sauce and all types of crap in his diet, and you the only one suffering from gout. That should tell you what's the difference. A king shouldn't be eating no damn octopus, pig, cockroaches, and dog or cat.
Right.
Your diet is totally different. Just think of yourself, GEN.YAHANNA puts it in a beautiful way all the time, man. Think of yourself like a knight, man, or a king. You think you had the same diet as a peasant? You think you wore the same clothes as a peasant? You're royalty to the Most High, which means what? You don't eat the same thing that those low nations eat. You can't do that. You don't go out and show your behind like the rest of the people. You can't do that. You're a king on this earth. You're a princess, man. You don't just go twerk and have your behind out in public, man. That's not something you do. You're held to a higher standard. You ever had your parents tell you that? I don't care. You ever had your father tell you, like, I don't care what the other kids are doing. I want to know what you're doing. I want you to do what I say. Meaning, they can go and be out past the street lights, but you better be in this house before them street lights come on.
Right.
Because guess what? They're not going to get the belt or whatever kids get punished with nowadays. I don't know if they get corner time. I know it's softer now. Y'all get put in the corner. Back in my day, my dad had the belt. Well, first it was my mom with the heel, and then they had the belt. So you know what I'm saying? You get the punishment from your father, while the other nations get to run them up because they weren't meant to do what you were meant to do. They're running them up because you're the leader. They're supposed to be under you. They're supposed to follow you as a black man. They're supposed to follow your lead. Which is why, I mean, just think about it. The reason why they got B-boys in the Olympics, or the reason why they got different clothing in the fashion industry now that was considered ghetto or whatever. There's a reason why those things are happening, because they naturally want to follow or emulate Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. So now it's time for us to get back right. That should tell you that we're meant to be in charge. Naturally, a natural state for Blacks and Hispanics is at a high place. We're not meant to be at such a low state. That should just come to your mind naturally. We're not meant to be somewhere in the ghettos, starving, sharing cereal with cockroaches. We are not meant to be doing that. You are meant to be a king on this earth. Was that it on that?
You want verse 5? Verse 6?
Yeah, go ahead. Let me see what that says.
This is Proverbs 3 and verse 6. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path.
Man, the Most High, like I said earlier, the Most High then gave you the playbook. All you have to do is run the play, man. All you have to do is run the damn play. He showed us how to go. All we got to do is be good children and just follow what our Father told us to do. Our Father told us to eat certain things. Our Father told us to act a certain way. Our Father told us how to marry or pick a good wife, pick a good husband. He told us these things, and guess what? We chose not to. We're still choosing not to. The priests and prophets of today are telling you how to live your life because the Most High taught us. He taught us in this Bible, and now we're trying to give it to you. And what you do? You speak down on us, his prophets. Think about how simple you got to be to argue with a black man about how America's great and how a white man is going to save black people. You don't think that sounds kind of simple of an argument? You telling me I got to be saved by somebody that put me in chains. You don't think that's kind of stupid? You don't think you kind of sound slow? Let me get Matthew 5 and 17. You don't think that's kind of slow to think, hold up, Trump, he's going to be the answer for black people. No, wait. Biden, he has to be the answer. He has to. Wait, we messed up. Biden was old. Trump, he's the answer again. Even though he's a 20-time felon, he's definitely the answer. Put him back in charge. This is how we thinking right now. This is the debates we having. We debating about which white man gonna save us, and then we debating about why black men should go to Japan and date Japanese women, and black women talking about why they should be dating rich white men. This is how bad we have gotten as a people, man. We having these debates over nothing. These debates is so stupid now. It done pissed me off at this point. Like, what are we talking about? Every time I go to the bar with my shield on. Oh, you a Hebrew Israelite? The conversations are literally about like nothing, man. And then I look at the brother and be like, you do drugs? And it's as simple as that. It's a simple cut, like you just on mushrooms, brother. You high. You're an addict. You're just a drug addict looking for answers. I get it. When you're a black man, you're always looking for answers. Then you get high. So now it makes it 10 times worse. Because before, back in the 60s, it was just Christianity. Brothers were just looking for answers and Christian church is there. Now, Esau done added drugs into the equation. Now we into all types of religions. Now we the 7 star, the Anunnaki, the aliens, and these people is killing me. It's killing me. And I can tell. I can look in your face and be like, "Oh, you're just high." Okay, I know this conversation is about nothing because you're not even going to remember it in 10 minutes. Once you come down from your high, it's going to be over. Right. Because you don't know nothing. You feel like you know something when you're on drugs. And in reality, when you're not high, you don't realize how crazy you look. You ever think of that? Because when you think about the old man and how you thought you were so cool, you thought you could bag any chick, you was high on drugs, not thinking you drooling out your mouth or some crazy nonsense. You ever seen how the rappers be leaning off of them drugs? They look like they in Kensington, but they just in all like $100,000 worth of clothing and jewelry. That's how bad these drugs have a hold on blacks and Hispanics, man. Read what you got to say.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, and verse 17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law.
This is a cut to them Christians, man, because y'all keep telling the people that the laws of the Bible are done away with. The laws of the Bible ain't done away with, man. These laws is still here. The men of the Commander General Yohanna, we're here to make sure it's stuck in your mind, whether you like it or not. We're going to come out every Saturday, and we're going to be on YouTube every day to tell you, you need to keep following these laws. That pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster don't need to be in your diet because the Most High is going to deal with you. He's going to cut that leg off. Why do you think Grandma lost her leg in soul food? What was she feeding her family in soul food? Big behind ham hock on the table. That's what she's feeding her family. Those are things we need to get out of, man. Keep going, sir.
Verse 18. For verily I say unto you.
For truly I say unto you.
Till heaven and earth pass.
Till heaven and earth pass, meaning the heaven and the sky, and the earth under your feet. This is Christ talking too. Keep going.
One jot or one tittle.
The dotting of an I and the crossing of a T.
Shall in no wise pass from the law.
Shall in no wise pass from the law. Meaning this law ain't done. This is Christ too. Like Christians said Christ did away with the law, but this is Christ himself saying he didn't do away with the law. So the hypocrisy in the Christian church is crazy. The hypocrisy in the Muslim mosque is crazy as well, because they'll say the same thing. Christ didn't do away with the law. So that means what? I just proved to you, blacks and Hispanics, you're descendants of Christ. Christ is a descendant of who? He's a tribe of what? Judah. Judah is what tribe and what nation? Israel, meaning what? He's an Israelite. So if you have the blood of Christ in you, like you come from Christ's bloodline, that means you're an Israelite. So as an Israelite, knowing we're Israelites now, we have to follow the law of this Bible, not just those 10 commandments. Because I seen a brother on TikTok ask about that. He said something about 10 commandments. Do we follow the 10 commandments in the school? Yeah, we follow those plus, what is it, 300 or 400, 600 laws in the Bible. We follow all the laws in the Bible, man. And it says Christ never done away with that. So where's your Christian pastor getting that from? Where's everybody getting it from that we can be whatever we want? We just pull that you shouldn't be leaning on your own understanding because your flesh will fool you. What it said, a gift of the heart will destroy you. Man, your flesh will tell you everything you want to hear. Meaning your mind, your conscience, sometimes will tell you, hey, yeah, we need to smoke that blunt or we can't eat. You know how many times somebody that smoke weed tell me they got to smoke before they eat? They can't eat because they ain't get high yet. I got a brother, he like that. I'll be like, you're an addict. I joke on him, I'll be like, you're a crackhead. And he'll be like, man, I gotta do it to all my friends that smoke and say some nonsense. This is what I do. That now I'm considered the you know they call him the unk of the group or whatever, because I'm always talking about some, like they always say I'm always teasing them about how they get high and stuff. That's me. I'm that guy in the group. And I just sent my brother that meme of Cap and Cap Tazariak and Cap Kai, where there was give me that that skit he did with the brother. Yeah, I sent him that. He said, yeah, you always got some scriptures to pull. Yeah, that's what we do. That's what Commander GEN.YAHANNA trained us to do. He trained us to study this Bible. He trained us to have an answer to anybody, because guess what? He trained us to be superheroes for the hood. He trained us to have answers to problems that blacks and Hispanics go through, man. Because he wants to save the hoods. He don't want to just flood the hoods with drugs and forget about it. He's opposite of your Christian pastors. He wants to save. He wants not only to save the hood, man. He don't want to just give food and clothes to the hood. He wants to give the hood structure. He wants to give us a foundation. You know what that foundation is? It's not crack and it's not mud. It's not straw. It's not crack foundation like the Christian church. What it is some solid, good cement, nice structure, good brick. Good brick. You know what that is? That's the Bible, man. The Bible is holding up this house. And that's what Commander GEN.YAHANNA is trying to do for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. He's trying to give us this Bible to uplift our people with. Right? And you know who his builders are? Is these prophets that's coming into the I.S.U.P.K. These young captains and officers that's coming in, man. These are the people that's going to save blacks and Hispanics. Save them from the destruction that's coming to America. Because America is going to fall. America is going to soon burn into flames. I know it's hard for most of us to understand, but America is not going to be here forever. America has to fall. It's a lot of it. America will die. And a lot of people that we love, think are superstars, they got to die with America. I'm sorry. They did too much dirt. Yeah, and then they're going to be low in the kingdom. They're going to be serving like the guard. They're going to be like, if they really high now, think of what they're going to be in the kingdom. They're going to be like your garbage man. They're going to be a brother still. They might be a supervisor of the garbage man, you know, working with the Moabites or whoever cleaning the trash for the kingdom. But they're going to be, they ain't going to be too hot. They going on the suitor list for wives and stuff. So, like, if I could, we're going to get Revelations 3 and 9, right? I want to give blacks and Hispanics, since I was talking about the Jewish man a little bit earlier, I want to give us a little bit of hope, man, because I know the Jewish man owns all of this and he owns all of that, but then we don't have nothing to look forward to. I know it looks bleak. It's like, oh my God, all y'all talk about is how we need to change and all that. And then you want to hear it. You want to ask us, what are we changing for? I just showed you what happens when we become rulers of the earth, which is weapons of mass destruction get turned into something beautiful. Now I gotta show what happens to that so-called man that's ruling the earth now. What happens to him isn't so beautiful. He's gonna have to fall. Go ahead. What you gotta
This
say?
is the book of Revelation, 3, verse 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not.
So this is talking about your so-called Jewish man. He said, behold, I make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews, but they not. So these are your people that's at war right now in the Middle East with the Philistines. I mean, Palestinians. I'm sorry, Salafi. Palestinians. He said, them of the synagogue of Satan. Because what? They're the mass deceivers of this earth, man. They tell you they such a holy people, but they run one of the most evilest industries in the world, pornography. How you the children of God and you run pornography? That whole industry is theirs. That don't make no sense. Keep going.
But you lie.
They liars, man. You know, I seen the movie War Dogs. War Dogs is that movie with the that fat boy. What's the fat actor? He a Jew. I think he a Jew in real life, Jewish guy in real life. And it's about these dudes that sold weapons to America. They were arms dealers, right? You know anything? America does contracts, and America has to send certain contracts out to small businesses. And they did one of these shiesty deals. Go ahead, sir. Jonah Hill, yeah, that was his name. Anyway, Jonah Hill played a Jewish man, and his best friend, the co-actor, he's another white guy, but he basically snaked his best friend in the movie, or in real life, but the movie displayed him as snaking his best friend. And I couldn't help when I watched this movie recently, but notice he was a Jewish man. He was Jewish. He was doing what Amalek does. Right. And you should have seen at the end of the movie, he was like, you ain't want to be my friend to begin with. And then you know what he did? He revealed himself. He was like, yeah, I don't even know what your damn favorite thing was anyway. Whatever he said, and he revealed himself to be a damn devil. And I was like, you know what? They display it every day in our damn face. Every day how evil they are, man. In these movies. And we really don't be paying attention to it. I was looking at it real closely too. I was like, hold up. Because he had I think he had a Jewish symbol on his thing. I was like, hold on, he playing a Jewish character. And I remember he seeing me at the yarmulke on this head. I was like, oh my, this is funny as hell. And at the end of the movie, they in the elevator after he got punched. He said, you never wanted to be my friend. You was gonna do me dirty the whole time. And he said, yeah. I never even remembered your grandpa's name anyway. Something like that. I was like, this is crazy. I was like, this is crazy as hell. But go ahead, sir, we got it.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not.
So Jonah Hill, go ahead.
But you lie.
Yeah, they some liars.
Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet. And
Jonah Hill and his folks, man, they gonna come to your feet, man. Like that Edomite that couldn't kiss the boots at camp, they gonna be forced to come to your feet, man. Worship at your feet. After you was just in the ghettos. You was at the lowest of the low. And now they coming to worship at your feet. Man, this is crazy, ain't it? You can't even believe it as a black man. You can't even believe it that a person that runs the diamond district, he's going to be below you. Diamonds is a lot of money. I don't know if y'all know that. One diamond could be like $1 million, depending on how rare that diamond is. And they move it around like it's piss water, like it's nothing. That's how much money Amalek has. And then they try to act like they ain't got no money for the ghettos after they done used you up.
Right.
After they done used you, and this is why the working class whites are so mad, though. Because America sends money to go help the Israelis when their own economy is in shambles. That black economy been in shambles, right? We've been in shambles. So we used to America just doing us dirty. We looking like, oh, this is nothing new. But white America's in an uproar. Oh, it's in uproar so much that it's almost causing like kind of a civil war right now between the working class and the upper class. They're in an uproar right now about this. Because like even Esau can't even afford a single family home. That's how bad it is. Even a working class Edomite cannot get a single home. To where it was just us who would just have to be in the projects and they would be in the single homes. Now they might have to be in these apartments with us now. They complaining so bad that they can't afford houses. It's getting bad for Edomites. There's no answer for those Edomites. This is how evil they are, man. They suck the whole nation dry. Go ahead, sir.
Verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
Man, he's talking about the men and women that's going to come into the I.S.U.P.K, man. He's going to keep you from all of this that's going to befall this earth. He's going to protect you from it. That temptation too, think about what's going on right now, the draft. What's happening right now? If you ain't in a religious organization, you're going to have to go into this draft. You're going to have to fight that war. Regardless, if you ain't going to fight the war, you're going to go to jail. You're going to serve time. Or prison. I don't know, because it's a felony. So you're going to have to go to prison. A federal prison. So either way, you're serving time. I don't know if everybody told you this, being in the military is also like being in jail. Especially that basic training, AIT, it's the same thing. I don't want nobody to ever let you get confused. Like, the military is only answer because that's how they got me. The military is just like jail. You don't get to eat when you want to. You don't get to sleep when you want to. You still got to watch your back in there because there's racist Edomites in there. And you got brothers in there. You might have to fight in them showers sometimes. There's certain things that go on in the military that they don't let out. You wonder why that sister, that Hispanic sister, body didn't get, the family didn't even know she was dead until like a couple weeks later. She's been dead for some time. The army has, or the military has, like, damn near a different government separate from the city. Like, I was in Fort Bragg. Fort Bragg is its own entity from the city it's living in. Like, we have our own police force. They have their own government. Like, they have everything dealt with within. So for you to think that you're going to go to the military and be in a different state, no. Which is why the army or the military period is having a hard time retaining soldiers. Because soldiers are coming out messed up. They're coming out like, I don't want to, I can't stay here because mentally they're killing me. Like, the higher ups are killing me right now. Like, and the sisters in there, their sexual assaults is like through the roof. It's through the roof because they know they're not going to get no answer for the crimes that's happening to them. Because guess what? The person that sexually assaulted them, daddy probably was somebody major in the military at one point. Something, their father, or they know somebody that's higher ranking and they're protecting them a lot of times. So those sisters that's in the military getting assaulted have no person to save them. And that's what happens, man, when you join the military. I know from Blacks and Hispanics, we feel like the military's answer because we get health care, we get a paycheck on the 1st and the 15th. Yeah, the 1st and the 15th. And we feel like it's a brotherhood. I remember when I first joined the truth, my father told me, he said, I always knew you wanted to just be a part of something. He didn't say that when I joined the military. He said that when I joined the I.S.U.P.K, when I started actually acting different, when I actually started having some type of self-pride. Like, my father, he might not agree with everything that I do now, but he has to respect it. That's what happens when you join the truth. They don't understand why we do what we do, but they have to respect it because guess what? They're not going out there going to, what was the projects they was at in Durham the other week? They're not doing that, but we are. Projects, I don't know if you get, the projects ain't somewhere most people want to just go visit. It's not a tourist spot. So imagine a group of black men, no police protection, just go out to give out clothes and food. Your churches ain't even doing that. Your churches are scared to do that. But the men in here are doing it. So your parents, your cousins, your brothers and sisters have nothing else to do but respect the fact that you came in here and do something better for yourself and for them. They'll look at you up like they'll look up to you like, hold up, he actually doing something different. Instead of them just trying to base it off of something as stupid as money. Your blessings, you might be one of the brothers that might be blessed. Like, hey, you financially can get free. Like I won't say free. You financially will be okay, right? You might financially, and it's so simple too. You come in here, you might start a business. That business may bring you all types of income because the Lord blessed you. But that doesn't mean you start taking the Lord's time. That don't mean you stop paying your tithes. That just means you need to start working even harder. The Lord just blessed you with something because you came in here. He gave you wisdom to go start a business lawfully, man. And he blessed you with the income. He blessed you with the customers and all types of stuff. And you start taking your time away from him now? That's like your wife, right? Say your wife, you just gave your wife a new Range Rover or a new car. You know, they got that trend now where it's called what is it, black SUV moms or black SUV wives, those big $100,000 Cadillac trucks and all that. They like to drive around in. That's like, say you give your rig that, and now, or you gifted her that because she was doing such a great job raising the children, she's helping around the school and all that. And now you gave her that. Now she talking crazy to you. She don't even cook for you. She disrespecting you in front of everybody. She don't give you none of her time no more. That's the same thing for the Lord, man. Just because he done blessed you with something, that don't mean you stop coming to the school.
Right.
That don't mean you just, I gotta make more money. Negro, the Lord gave you that. That means you keep coming. That means you even come harder, man. That means whatever money he done gave you, he wants you to dump more into the school, man. The people you work with, try to bring them in. Because it all belongs to him.
Right.
It belongs to the Most High. You think he gave it to you just because? The Lord blesses you so you can help the rest of the nation. The rest of the nation need that. The whole nation needs help, man. You think you're the only one struggling. Man, the whole nation, is that it on that, sir? All right, let me get back. We're going to get back to Matthew 5 and 18. Man, the so-called Jewish man is going to be at your foot, man. And all you got to do is come back to our law, statutes, and commandments. All you have to do is come back to your law, statutes, and commandments, man. Follow them. Christ never told you to stop following them. Christ never told you to stop following them. He told you to continue to do them. He showed you how to do them. He even added some extra laws to them.
Right.
He made it harder to keep it. Keep going. Read that, sir. What was that? 18. What is that?
Okay. This is the book of Matthew, the 5 verse 18. For verily I say unto you,
for truly I say unto you, this is Christ speaking, man.
Till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled.
Till all be fulfilled, man. This law ain't never going anywhere. This law is not leaving this earth because this law is what gives Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians structure, culture, and something to look forward to, man. This book is our chronological history. This book is our Constitution. You know how America got its own Constitution? This is the black man's Constitution, man. We should follow this law to the T because guess what? It's going to save our lives. It's going to save our lives, man. It's going to save our lives from the destruction that's going to befall America, man. That's why Christ said, for truly, man, truly, these laws and statutes will never be done away with. These laws, statutes, and commandments will save Blacks, Hispanics' lives from the drugs and the gang violence that plague our community, that's been killing our babies, has been taking our children's innocence away. These laws, statutes, and commandments are needed for us, man. Shalom, brother. Shalom. These laws, statutes, and commandments are what's needed for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to sustain. We need these things so we can live better lives, so we can get off of drugs, man. So we can get off of the whoremongering and the whores, and we don't gotta suffer from the gout no more. We don't gotta suffer from the generational curses that we suffer from, man. We don't gotta worry about other nations coming in and swooping in on our money, our land. We ain't gotta suffer from that no more. You ain't gotta look in the mirror every day and force yourself to go to work. Wake up and go to work, go slave for somebody that don't even like you, don't even like your people. He don't put nothing into your community. He makes you work, and then he go back to his $1 million mansion. He complains about your work ethic and how you ain't working hard enough, but he ain't never worked that hard in a day in his life, because he got the business passed down from his daddy.
Right.
He ain't never worked as hard as you, because he was a for sure employee somewhere. He went to an Ivy League school because his daddy knew the dean. And then he got into the company because his daddy owned the company, or his daddy's best friend owned the company. So he ain't had to go through the oppression you had to go through the fight with, which is why you should be prideful when it comes to those type of things, man. You should be proud that you got to where you were at, where you're at as a Black man, because we should have never been there. This system ain't set up for Blacks and Hispanics to get anywhere. Your history is something to be proud about, because Blacks and Hispanics, they had to fight to get these certain things. And I'm not talking about sitting at some Edomite's ice cream counter. I'm talking about just to learn certain things. They had to fight and die for it. You forget that if you were caught reading a book, you were killed. If you were caught just knowing something as a Negro, you would get hung on a tree like Christ. It was so bad that your mama would lie. Your mother would have to lie and say, no, he just stupid. He don't know nothing. He don't know nothing, master. That's how bad you had to hide a smart Black man. He had to act like he ain't know anything. And you know what's so funny about it? It's today. It's the same thing today. What happens in the workforce? You try to act like you don't know nothing now. You have to act like you a good Negro now. You not combative, sister. You show any type of aggression as a Black woman, you already written off. That stereotype would already be written on you, even though they are treating you wrong. You show any type of anger as a Black woman in corporate America, you'll get that status of, angry Black woman. Always aggressive, doesn't work well with people. These are the games they like to play with our people.
Right.
Was that it on that scripture?
This is the book of Matthew, 5 and verse 19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments.
So the smallest of these commandments, keep going.
And shall teach men so.
So this is your TD Jakes, your Creflo Dollars, your Farrakhan's, all those other people that teach this nonsense to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. This is what's going to happen to them.
He shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven.
So this is where we go back to where I was saying they're going to be your garbage, maybe their supervisor. or the doormat. Because these are still brothers.
Right.
So they get to be in the kingdom, but they ain't going to be so glorious like you. Just like they're not going to be looked at as so glorious as you. Right? Is that it with that?
But whosoever shall do and teach them,
Go ahead.
the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven.
So for the men in the I.S.U.P.K, we chose to be something different. Because in today's world, the Creflo Dollars, the TD Jakes, they get paid millions of dollars and get to fly private jets because they bent their backs for Esau, and they told their people that the false reality of the Bible. They teach them evil things. They teach them to break the laws, and that's easy to do in America. That's real easy to tell somebody in the low state that has no answer to feed his baby to go sell drugs. That's easy to do. That is something easy to tell a woman who's having a hard time in her marriage to go divorce her husband because there's a rough spot in their marriage. That's something easy to do. But you know what's hard in America to do? You tell a sister, I know right now y'all feel like y'all hate each other. I know it feels like it's something y'all can't get over, but sister, you have to fight for your marriage.
Right.
You have to fight for your community. You have to fight to feed that baby. Don't go bend over backwards to go sell drugs to your community because you think you can't find another way to support your family. Don't fall for that trap.
Right.
Only the men in the I.S.U.P.K give you those answers. If you need help paying your bills, man, you come to the school, man.
Right.
What do you think we here for? We ain't just here for our health. We here because we want to be actual superheroes to our community, man.
Right.
Because we Black and Hispanic men, and we want to make a difference. We actually challenge you. We actually challenge you to test us, man. Test our brotherhood. We don't just want to talk the talk. We want to walk the walk also, man. We want to go to the community. We go to the projects, right? We go get food, clothes. We go to we call it Hispanic immigrants, refugees, or whatever you want to call them. We give them food and clothes. Test our brotherhood. Come to the school, man. Start coming to class. Try to learn this Bible. Start wearing that all black, man. And you'll find out this brotherhood is greater in here than that gang or whatever you was associated with, than that Christian church, which is also kind of a gang that you associated with. The Muslims is definitely a gang. They sell drugs, shoot guns, and if you ain't a Muslim in prison, you getting poked up. Or you get molested. Let's talk the truth. That's what they doing. If you don't believe me, you could go ask one of the brothers outside in the world. They'll tell you, yeah, them Muslim cats, especially in them jails, they operate like a gang. There is no brotherhood in there. You get poked up just like the average Joe, man. So this is the answer to Blacks, Hispanic, Native Indians problems today, man. It's this Bible. And there's a reason why the Most High gave us a law. He gave it to us to protect us. He is the greatest father to have ever had, bro.
Right.
This is the type of father we all need. Because when you do something wrong, he punishes you. When you do something right, he blesses you.
Right.
Like any father, he tells you not to hang out with a certain crowd of people, right? Does he not? Don't the Most High tell you not to fall into the heathen ways? And what do? We go celebrate 4th of July. And what happens on most 4th of Julys? You ever seen that Everybody Hates Chris episode? Where it was, that was New Year's, but it's the same topic, same thing. They have all their little stupid traditions like the black beans on, or the black eyed peas on thing. And then but you see how they made a joke about how bad violence gets on New Year's. They had put all the sandbags in the windows and they was like making sure everybody was in their house or apartment, whatever they was living in. And as soon as they was counting down, like 4, 3, 2, 1, and as they count down, you see them load up the Uzis and the guns and stuff, and they start shooting, and they over there taking cover. That's what happens when we and this is some truth into that, because we all know especially those holidays where it's associated with fireworks, there's always violence. There's always shootouts at the 4th of July cookout. There's always some type of violence that's going on at these holidays. Because guess what? Those holidays are against God. I just said it earlier, 4th of July, you was in chains.
Right.
You was tied up to a sister who was on her menstrual cycle on a slave ship. And you want to celebrate 4th of July. Because of what? You hungry? You want to go spend time with family and eat hot dogs? That's something selfish, right? Because you were spitting on the fact that your ancestors had to go through such disgusting things. They had to suffer from so many things. And you and your selfish behind, you just got to get behind the grill. It's such a nice day. Slave master gave you the day off. I might as well get behind the grill. Go flip me some burgers. I have to do it. You just can't help yourself. So you spit on the Most High face. You spit on your ancestors that died before you, and you still go fry it. The same thing as the Native Americans. We celebrate Thanksgiving. That's a blatant. Like, that's one of the first things I was like, when I first heard my first class on Thanksgiving, it was like one of the first things that blew my mind how stupid I was in the world. It's like, why I never thought. I was so caught up in just thinking about, oh yeah, grandma make the best macaroni, and grandma, you know what I'm saying? But you don't think like, hold up, the Native American, this is supposed to be about the Native American, and then they try to change it to the indigenous people. That like, man, this is the dumbest nonsense you could think of to make an excuse for you celebrating this holiday. Because once you exit the world, you start looking at things so sober-minded. It's like, it just comes so clear. It's like, why was I ever doing that? Right. It's like your mind just actually start thinking for once. Is that it on that scripture?
There's one more verse in one.
Yeah, let's hit it.
Verse 20. For I say unto you that except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, ye shall no case enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Sheesh, man. And this talking about the ones that were teaching to break the law. So I get. And these are talking about the ones that were teaching to break the law. Man, the kingdom of heaven is going to be such a beautiful place for Blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans.
What?
The other nations will be serving you, man. You can't even fathom those things. You know how Moab's so good at doing nails? That's gonna be their job in my field. When you come into my land, that's one of the things I want them doing. I want Esau picking my cotton though, because I know he like the bodybuild. I'm sorry, that's what he gonna do. He gonna be chopping. No, actually, I want him as a lumberjack. That's what I want. I want him cutting down trees and making wood, making lumber. So if you need a house built, just go to I.S.U.P.K plantation. He got that good lumber. The Edomites over there is strong, right? So these are things that we have to do for us to get that though.
Right.
The Lord, man, he preferred men of war. He didn't like soft, squishy men, man. He didn't like that.
Right.
It says that the Exodus 7:7, it says God was a man of war.
Right.
So for the Christianity part, that's just all the leather. What is it? What's those shoes they wear? The gator tap shoes and all that. That's out of there. The Lord ain't want none of that. He wanted men that were masculine and were ready to revolt against what's happening on the earth.
Right.
He wanted revolutionary men. He didn't want no soft men that were scared to say, I'm somebody different. I'm somebody that wants something different for my family. He didn't want men that say, well, brother, I'll pray for you. He ain't want none of that. He wanted prophets that were going to come on this earth and give you an answer. Your lights cut off. Commandant General Yohanna has an answer for you. Your pastor, he doesn't. He takes 400,000. What's the brother that New York? Oh, he got a funny name too. I can't remember it. He just got served. He just got sentenced 7 years in jail because he took $90,000 from a sister, an elderly sister, right? I think it was her life savings. She gave it to him to do something for the community, and he did not do it. And she would come back. What was his money? I don't remember his name, but she gave him like $90,000 to do something, and she was asking like, "When is it gonna get done? When is it gonna get done?" This is months going by, and he never did it. And she eventually wound up having to file. It's the brother that got robbed on camera. They came into the church and robbed him. He had the chains and stuff. Hell, he got robbed. He got sentenced like 7 years or something like that finally. But that's your Christian church. They over here robbing you, man. This is who that scripture is talking about, where they're going to be low in the kingdom. You won't be set upon high, man. You're going to be set low in the kingdom of heaven because of the atrocities and what you're contributing to in America. Instead of standing on the sides of Israel, you decided to stand on the side of America. You wanted to be a part of America. Go ahead.
More Whitehead?
Yeah, I think it's Whitehead. Yeah, that's why he had a funny name like that. Yeah, he just got sentenced to like 7 years.
I think it's 9.
9 years? All right, 9 years in prison. And that's because he was committing sin against his sister, man. And the Most High is revealing all these. This has been going on for generations, the Christian church. And the Lord is revealing all this stuff now. He's revealing that all of these things been happening to blacks and Hispanics. That blacks and Hispanics have been getting robbed, man. And sometimes it's by our own people. And they're using our own people as puppets. So like, yeah, let me get Matthew 19 and 17. Wait, what time is it? Yeah, we got time. Actually.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 19 and verse 17. And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is God.
So this is Christ speaking again. He said, why you calling me good? I am nothing compared to the Most High. He's basically giving what? He's giving honor to the Most High. There's only one person sitting here. I'm only the way I am because of who? The Most High. The only reason I can do any of the work that I've done on this earth is because of the Most High. He allowed me to, and he commanded me to do everything I'm doing on this earth. So there's only one good but God. Keep going.
But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments.
It says if you'll enter into life, you got to keep these commandments. What does that mean? When you want to, so just think of, I can't even say that because most people don't even understand the story of Adam and Eve. So when it says enter into life, you are obviously already alive, right? Physically. But when you want to start living a better life, like think of when you first entered the truth. You were, smoking weed. You always, especially growing up as a black man in the hood, especially in Philadelphia. I remember me and my friends, we always used to say, man, I ain't living past 21. I ain't living past, how many black men think like that? Not knowing when you're going to die. You want to enter into life, you start following these laws. Because guess what? When you start following these laws, there's a sense of pride you got. Oh yeah, the Most High with me. It's a sense of pride you got because you know you doing right. You ain't smoking whatever they smoke nowadays. I don't know what's in those blunts now. You ain't out there killing. You ain't out there claiming somebody's block. You ain't out there doing none of that. So you entering into a life, man. This law is life. Not eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster is life. Not smoking blunts is life.
Right.
One of the greatest commandments is loving your brother. That's life, man. When you start loving your brother like you love yourself, that is life. Can you imagine a place where black men ain't aiming to kill each other? Where they ain't trying to sell drugs to each other?
Right.
That's life, man. That is life, where you ain't got to worry about somebody trying to sell auntie or mama drugs because she feels sad. They ain't taking advantage of your sister. When your sisters actually get married, you ain't got to worry if she's with a good man. Is he going to beat her up? Is he going to get her hooked on drugs? Is he going to do that? You ain't got to worry about that because guess what? He's a good brother. You know why he's a good brother? Because he's raised under these laws just like you were.
Right.
That's what the kingdom of heaven looks like.
Right.
And guess what? If he decides to break these laws in the kingdom, that's called punishment right there. He's going to get. And he's scared of the law just like you, or scared of the Most High just like you. He fears the Most High just like you. He don't want that punishment. But we live in such a evil society that we don't even think like that. We think in the loopholes to get through Esau's law.
Right.
When Esau made the system so he could take advantage of you.
Right.
So there's obviously going to be ways for a black man to use it against another black man. Which is why you got your P. Diddy's. Which is why you got your Creflo Dollars and your TD Jakes taking advantage of blacks in lower states. You thinking the law was meant to protect you. You keep forgetting the law was created against blacks and Hispanics.
Right.
It was meant to keep you in the positions you are. I know we all want to say, if I had P. Diddy type money or this type money, I would do this and that. This is why you don't have it. You think they would give it to you if they knew, if they knew you were going to do something great with it? If they knew that you were going to do something to save blacks and Hispanics, you think they would allow you to get that type of money? You seen what happened when Kyrie Irving mentioned just blacks and Jew. You see what happened when Nick Cannon just mentioned black people were Jew. We see what happened where black people are held to a higher status than what we are on this earth.
Wow.
You ever seen somebody use $400 million so fast like Kanye West? He had just hit billionaire status. $400 million out. And you know what they did? They frozen count too. This type of stuff is just insane how black people don't see it. Like that was like viral stuff. Like that was stuff that was well known, but nobody was taking it like, hold up, maybe I'm actually a real descendant of Christ. That they wasn't taking it like that. You know, they still took it as like spun it like, oh yeah, we always knew we were high, we were kings, and we were everything, we were the first everything. Instead, they took it like that. We were the first everything, you know. And then they tried to make it even worse by saying, the black woman was the Eve. I created everything. You know how sisters try to do that and say Eve, but that's mother nonsense. But as soon as like a little bit of the truth comes out, they always try to like seal the crack and like spin it to where you can't like see how it's supposed to be seen. Esau is good like that. Esau is good with spinning the truth, especially with them news articles and like. So he's getting good on that social media stuff too. He can't keep up with Black Twitter though. Black Twitter is they funny as hell, but they fast when it comes to spitting out that truth. It's harder for him now since social media has become such like a big thing that he really can't control it like how he wants. because there's so many entities, there's so many things that's being like pushed out. He can't really like seal the gaps to keep it from coming out. So that's why he tries to spin everything. Or like he'll try to, I mean, just think about how we try to do it. He'll try to clip us on TikTok every chance he get. You know what I'm saying? He tries. He can't really do too many things like he wants to. Is there more than that?
Verse 18, he saith unto him, which? Jesus said, thou shalt do no murder.
Salakia. Let me get Ecclesiastes 7:7. Yeah, Ecclesiastes 7:7.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes.
Now, this is the spirit that black men should have on this earth, right? After seeing all of the things that's been happening just in the past year. Just in the past year. This is the spirit you should have, man. Because it's about time, especially seeing how America treats other nations. Because we seen how he treated the Asians when they felt like Asians were being mistreated. They gave them the Asian hate bill. And we see how they treat the Israelis, right? They give them billions and billions and billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars. And the Ukrainians, they give them billions and billions and billions and billions and billions. But you mentioned 40 acres of mule to any Edomite. They'd be like, that was 400 years ago. Why would, you know how much money? America can't afford that. America can't afford giving blacks any type of reparations. But they giving billions and billions and billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars to Ukraine. This is the feeling you should have, man. Because not only did they put you in chains, we forget about the Reconstruction era, what they did during that time. Because come on, you ain't in class with some dumb Negro. We have educated Negroes in the I.S.U.P.K. who study history as well as the Bible. So we got the Reconstruction era. What happened after that? We got Jim Crow, right? We got the civil rights. We got the what's the operation that Hoover had when he tried to take down all of our leaders, our black leaders? This is an operation he called, and he said it too. He said we can't have no type of black messiah. All the assassinations Hoover did, and then we got the 80s with the crack era. We got the court cases with that. The court cases where different CIA agents came out saying, yes, we had to put the drugs in, the crack into black and brown communities on purpose. So it wasn't just 400 years ago. And then we got, nowadays, we got heroin and the fentanyl epidemic, which somehow is always hitting the black and the Hispanic communities again. It's such a mystery how history repeats itself. It's so curious how drugs keep hitting these communities at alarming rates, and it only becomes a problem when people start smuggling down Kensington. It's only an issue when Stephen Roethlisberger is pants hanging down his ankles, stumbling like a zombie down Kensington Ave. That's when it becomes we need to clean up Kensington. But Kensington been like that for how many years? How many years Kensington been drug violent, zombie land? But soon as people from the county and all of that start coming down there to get high, now we need to fix it. Don't that sound familiar? Was that not the same issue they said when white people started getting hooked on crack? Was that not something they said then? So this is the spirit that you should have when you start thinking about what's going on in America. Go ahead, sir.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, the 7th verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Man, this oppression should have you pissed the hell off. It should have you pissed the hell off that every time somebody has a bright idea to appease the black community or try to give the black community some type of reparations, that their comeback is always, we can't afford that. The country can't afford that. We can't afford to give blacks anything. Their communities are garbage because we can't afford it. The city does not have enough money to fix Kensington. The city does not have enough money to fix any of the black and Hispanic communities in Philadelphia. We don't have, the country does not have enough money for that. We do not have the budget for that. But I'm gonna go ahead and fly my private jet. You know what I'm saying? To what's Trump's palace, whatever his palace was, Mar-a-Lago, something like that. I'm gonna go fly there. But we don't have enough money to give blacks and Hispanics. Oh, you said my brother, not my brothers, the Edomites in Ukraine and Israel, they need billions of dollars. Write them a check, write them a check, write them a check, and it's still pumping out more. And guess who they hitting? This is why I said the Edomites, the middle class Edomites, are so mad they can't afford a house now, because they see the money that's going out and they see the houses and how they can't afford to even live no more. Middle class Edomites, your middle class whites can't even afford to live no more, because guess what? They down here with Negroes, and when they start seeing that their neighbors are Negroes, that's when they be like, we have a serious problem in our nation. That's when the middle class Negroes is like, I can't live the way these people live. This is when it becomes a problem for America. Now everybody's talking about the economy, but before it's just black people couldn't get right. Before, it was blacks and Hispanics just didn't know how to get a damn job. It's before you need to pull your bootstraps up, you know what I'm saying, and go to work. Go work 2 jobs. Go work 3. I don't care if your mama got she's 9 months pregnant and she still got to go clock in. That's what America tells blacks and Hispanics. You go to work. I don't care if you a day from delivery. If you in labor, you go check in at McDonald's and flip them damn burgers. That's what they told our sisters. That's what they tell brothers, man. You can't afford to take off. You can't afford to take off to go be with your newly born baby and make sure your wife is okay. Nuh-uh, you can't do that. You a slave, Negro. This is why you should be mad. That is oppression, man. So before you go flip them burgers, before you go, change out them hot dogs, man, read this Bible, man. It says, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. That means you ain't wise if you go cook something up on that grill on 4th of July. You ain't so wise, man. You pretty ignorant. You thinking about yourself. You ain't thinking about, just because you got a couple of dollars in your pocket, you feel like it's not you. But the rest of your nation is feeling the full on their neck. You just got the toe. You got the toe on your neck, and you feel like, I'm cool right here. I'm comfortable. I'm not choking as much as the other brothers and sisters. And you feel like you're not under oppression for some reason. Some idiotic reason, you feel like just because you got a nice house in the suburbs somewhere, and you living with Edomite neighbors that's making as much money, and you better than us. Until what? You turn into Kyrie Irving, and now you having a hard time finding a basketball team to play on. You Kanye West, and you $400 million less than what you was making. You see how fast the Edomites could touch your money. And now guess what? You back with the rest of us, average Negroes. They quick to remind you of that. That's why it's best you come back to this law, statutes, and commandments that the Most High gave you. That's why we brought up the scripture. You don't lean on your own understanding. Because you start leaning on your own understanding, you'll end up just like the Kyrie Irvings, the Nick Cannons, or the Kanye West. And you'll wind up apologizing, looking like a damn fool to the whole world, man. You'll look like a damn fool apologizing for saying something that's true. You apologize for something that's true, man. And with that, I'm going to pass the class over to Officer Abad.
Yeah. Priest Officer Tanya Abad, I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West on 25th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. Their heads shed themselves to the world. They need transportation. The teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, their brother or sister has interest in a particular person. He or she must get permission from the head to speak for a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother or sister Sister will give permission for the heads married. Tithes, which is a commandment, found in the book of Numbers, 18 verse 21, in the book of Malachi, 3 verse 8 through 10. My I.S.U.P.K means 10 in Hebrew. 10% of every penny and any increase the Lord gives you, gives the teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you allot. Upcoming holy convocation is the memorial of blowing of the trumpets. It's the first day of the 7th month, Wednesday, October 2nd, 2024. Leviticus, Leviticus chapter 23, verses 24 through 25. Remind Akia and Akwam to take notice of order in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black. Boots, shirt, pants, any man, and scarf with that. A module will be at the 10. Men of Israel, doing more praise to Luke. Men of Israel, I.S.U.P.K. Imagine. Barak. Yahweh, Shem, Shah, at the top, and down, sorry, church sisters. Sisters, your mom, Shema, your head, bottom, cover, feet connected, and 45 degree angle. When we say Barak, you will salute us back. Men of Israel, we'll get some more praise to Luke. Men of Israel. Imagine Shabbat, imagine Barak,
I.S.U.P.K, Tabah Shem Yahweh Shah.